Yeah, so what happened was the Yankees completely surrendered. Aaron Judge had more leverage than any player in the history of that franchise. More than Babe Ruth, more than Joe DiMaggio, more than Reggie Jackson, more than Derek Jeter. He turned down $213.5 million in the spring from the Yankees, bet on himself, and the final numbers, $360 million, which means that over the course of 6-7 months, the Yankees increased their offer by about 70%. And Aaron Judge goes back to New York, the team that drafted him, presumably moving forward to be a conversation about whether or not he'll be the next captain, the first Yankee captain since Derek Jeter. The Yankees had to keep Aaron Judge. Hal Steinbrenner makes him this huge offer, which keeps him away from the San Francisco Giants.
So just for people who may be watching who haven't been following it as closely, the competition was the San Francisco Giants. Like, that's what pushed this number as high as, and how close was he to going to California?
Well, their offer was right in the range of what the Yankees offered, and the threat was real. It's clear by the Yankees' reaction to this that they were fearful that Judge would go back to his home state in California. And look, Aaron Judge is a great teammate. He's a great clubhouse leader, widely respected. The Yankees drafted him in 2013, and yet as they went through this process, they didn't really know what he wanted. When they negotiated with him in the spring, his response to that $213.5 million offer was not a counter and to give a number. It was simply no. So as the Yankees went through this, they're asking the question, what does he really want? And boy, it turned out Aaron Judge was a great poker player.
No kidding. To set a Yankees franchise record for leverage, that's really impressive. Look, the Yankees, in the end, they were obviously hesitant. They didn't sign him last offseason. There was a number that they were numbers they weren't comfortable with. In the end, you say they surrendered. Did they have to do? If this had not worked out for them, where would they have turned?
Yeah, so agents told me as they went through this process, they believe that Brian Cashman, the Yankees general manager, his advice based on his history to Hal Steinbrenner was probably, look, hold the line. Don't go off on one of these crazy contracts. But in this case, there was more pressure on Hal Steinbrenner than in any other negotiation he'd been involved in. And so he gives him that money. If they hadn't signed Judge, I think their pivot would have been to the shortstop market, Xander Bogaerts, Carlos Correa, and maybe to Hal Steinbrenner. That just wasn't palatable. The Giants now, who lose out on Judge, will turn to the shortstop market, maybe Carlos Correa.